Philosopher John Locke provided the ideological rationalization for settler colonialism. Why was it okay for white settlers to genocide a continent of tens of millions of indigenous peoples? They weren't putting the land to productive use, he said, so the land was up for grabs. Setting aside his limited and ultimately racist definition of productive use, let's say he has a point. People have a right to take land that isn't being put to productive use. Then what's the problem with homeless encampments? Encampments are simply people taking land that isn't being put to productive use. That's different, you say? But why? Because it's someone else's property? Actually, it isn't. It's usually public land the encampments are on. But let's say it's private property. What makes it private property? Having paid for it? Well, then the U.S. doesn't own most of its territory, because it paid for very little of it. What about the Louisiana Purchase? That only covers at best 1/3 of the U.S.'s territory, and the U.S. bought it from France, who also didn't pay for the territory. They stole it from indigenous tribes who had been using it productively for millennia. So was it okay for white settlers to simply claim land as theirs because it wasn't being put to productive use? Because if that's okay, then homeless encampments are okay, because both actions are essentially the same. Both people are taking empty land and putting it to productive use. The only difference is in the one case, it was white settlers who did the taking. In the encampment case, it's the poor, most of whom are people of color. To say it's okay in the one case and not the other is a hypocritical manipulation of norms and laws to benefit the owning class, i.e., the descendants of those white settlers. Or more simply, it's racist and classist. So which is it? Can anyone take land that isn't being put to productive use? Or is that wrong? Whatever your answer, be consistent or be prejudiced. You can't have it both ways.